The Call of the Wild. How brutal was winter 2014 in the upper Midwest? Ask BNSF railway engineer Stephen Welch. Well, I would, except he hasn't subscribed to me. I'm making it personal. Buongiorno, Past Matt. Glad to see you had a good hike. I had a good hike too, as you can see by these videos. We started at Sunshine Meadows, as you saw at the beginning of the video. From there, we hiked over a pass. And then into a valley, and then over another pass. There continued to be lots of flowers. The whole hike was about 25 kilometers long, give or take a couple. Wandered around a lot. My legs hurt. There was also a pretty good hailstorm. Apparently it caused a few $100 million in damage, and this is what it looked like here. Of course, it was a lot bigger elsewhere. I'm glad it was elsewhere. It's almost nicer when it happens to someone else. Some places got some very large chunks of ice falling from the sky. Welcome to Alberta, land of May snows and August ice bombs. On the rails, I made some significant progress. I laid the Y at Farron as well as the MOW tracks. This gives a lot of operational possibility, even though the Y won't be connected for a few weeks until I get an auto. But all the other switches have them. I've also cleaned up all the track. All of it. Lovely. Glad that I'm doing it in little bits instead of everything later on. Down the hallway is a little surprise. I extended the Rosslyn sub main as well as Castlegar staging track number 1 about 5 feet down the hall. This will allow for 30 car trains on both tracks. This means I can stage a reasonable length hotshot as well as a reasonable length ore train from Phoenix, which is west of Grand Forks, which is an abandoned mine which I'm reactivating. It's also cleaned and ready to go, as evidenced by this hotshot on it. Okay, that's not bad for a busy week. I also repaired my laptop by reconnecting some keyboard cables, which was nice because I didn't even have to buy anything, and I'm being transferred to a nicer place to work. And when I say nicer, I mean probably has a lunchroom so that I can actually edit photos in instead of being stuck outside in the sun. So basically, things are going to go a little bit faster now for you. Unfortunately for me, things are going to slow down a fair bit because I need to build all these turnouts for Nelson. Because I'm going to build out the west yard ladder. It's got a bunch of turnouts in here and I'm going to use the rest for staging for the meantime. So yeah, building turnouts. Awesome, my favorite. See you guys in a week. Oh yeah, addendum. This is very important. I figured most of my layout was fairly safe from dropping stuff because even though the upper level was completely open, it could just fall down a maximum of 30 inches to the lower deck below it. Farron Summit is completely open, and well, knocking on the far end of the railway, the waves were transmitted through the benchwork, and 3 of my favorite locomotives crashed no less than 69 inches to the ground. Oh, you poor little guy. This poor sea line has got a crack all the way down. You probably can't see it, but it goes ear to ear. It's Thankfully the other 2 were Bachmann H1644s and the trucks exploded, but basically nothing else. Knocked a few detail parts off, but at least it's stuff I can fix. I'm just a little choked up at the moment. And that's why in the recent video you kinda got to see non-FM power leading. I put down a bunch of pieces of scrap masonite so at least nothing will hit the floor now. Guys, I know you want to run trains, but if they can fall, it's just not worth it. At least my track work is perfect so far. I haven't had any track-related derailments on anything past the helix. Go me.
Oh look, flowers.